What are you, iCarly?
Sue. I'm Sam, and that's Carly, and we're iCarly.
Nobody's going to get the joke. Jackson did a little countdown today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Golfballing podcast. I am Sean.
And I'm Carly.
Here with my co-host Jackson for episode 136. You might notice after the verbal abuse that Nick took last podcast, he has not returned. He may never return. Who knows?
Which really sucks because, well, first off, that's, he's just kidding.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's why he didn't answer my text the other day. Maybe he's just not coming back.
No, you know what? Let's talk about Nick without him being here for a minute. I texted Nick twice last week. I said, Nick, where do you buy your pants?
Didn't say anything. Stupid question.
He didn't say anything. So I'm like, I really like the way of I like the way the pants fit you. Like, where do you buy your pants? Still nothing. Yeah, I gave him a compliment and everything. It's like I was trying to seduce him, and he still didn't even respond to that.
He is a notoriously bad texter, but
then if we're talking girls, it's like, oh my God, like she left me on open 20 minutes ago. Let me continuously refresh. I mean, this man's on his phone every second of the day.
Yeah, asks us for first date advice, and then we have a simple question, he can't respond.
Yeah. But that's one of the reasons I really wish Nick was here today. I forgot Nick wasn't going to be here today because I would really love to hear how Nick's night went.
I guess our listeners don't know Nick's single. His phone number is in episode 100, I think, if you want it.
Yeah.
So for the 4 girls listening, hit him up.
No, dude, we have 9% female listeners.
So for the 4 girls listening. Oh, jokes.
Just real quick counter question. Is like going on a date like on a Wednesday night normal, or is that kind of random?
I mean, I would say it's a little random for a first date, but whatever your availability is, I suppose.
One of my friends will just like tell like her like Snapchat story about like a date, and it would be like a Monday night. But she's an adult, so I guess maybe it's not that weird. Anyways.
I mean, you do you, man. Go on dates whenever you have time.
Oh, also, this podcast is available on YouTube. The last several have been. My fucking service is really bad, so maybe go watch a different one. But the Golfballing YouTube channel is back. I'm posting every day, I'm hoping. So if you're, just friendly reminder, because I've been seeing the podcast on YouTube has been increasing listens. And by that, I mean 10 to 15 to 20 to 25. And now we're at 30. So thank you guys. And
bringing in that ad revenue.
Yeah, bringing it in. We're making about 12 cents a video right now, so we're making some money. So thank you guys.
Jeez,
I'm begging you, please go watch us on YouTube. No, but yeah, now you know that. Yeah, but no.
Should we just?
Yeah.
How you're doing this shit? Should we just kick things off with the Ryder Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah?
Random dancing!
Okay. I don't like this mood that you're in.
I don't think we have the proper demographic to be making the jokes I've been making in this episode.
No, definitely not.
We definitely do not.
So, you know what? You made a whole video about Brooks Koepka's comments. Why don't you start?
Mm-hmm. So Brooks Koepka had some comments to say, and let me actually just, because I got it right here. I've got his direct quote. Fuck.
So you didn't have it right here.
Well, I forgot stories go away. Oh, no, I do. Okay. Here we go. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Could I do a Brooks Koepka accent? No. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. I don't want to say it's a bad week. We're just so individualized, and everybody has their routine and a different way of doing things. And now it's like, okay, we have to go to a meeting at this time, or go do this, or go do that. It's just the opposite of what happens during a major week. That was a bad impression.
I mean, it was your normal voice.
But I tried to like use tonalities,
inflections.
And then Paul Azinger, who, if you are a long time listener of this podcast, I love him. He's awesome. He had some spicy words. I don't understand how this is spicy. If he doesn't love it, he should relinquish his spot, big word by Zinger, and get people there who do love the Ryder Cup. And I hate all the comments in the comment section.
I haven't seen any of the comments in the comment section, but I was interested.
Preach.
Yeah. So first of all, let's start with Brooksy's comments, because I didn't watch your YouTube video on it. I'd rather hear your opinions live, but I want to before I say anything, I want to know what you have to say.
I don't like how every person who has a voice in golf is over the age of 60 years old. It just doesn't make sense to me.
What does that have to do with Brooks?
Brooks was being honest. I don't have anything wrong with Brooks, because Brooks was being honest.
I asked you to start with Brooks's comments, and you start going in on Azinger.
I love him. Brooks just was honest. He was transparent, and he was speaking facts. And I made a comment on my YouTube video saying the Team USA hasn't won the Ryder Cup in a couple of years for a reason. And someone was like, a couple of years, 2016 wasn't a couple of years ago. Actually, by definition, a couple of years. So 5 years ago means it is more than a couple of years. So
I mean, in fairness to their point, it's only been 2 Ryder Cups. But to back you, I'll play both sides. The U.S. has won, what, 3 of 11?
Yeah, it's something. Yeah. It's horrible.
So you have no issue with what Brooks said? You just made a whole video on it?
Yeah, I don't have. I made a whole video with it titled "The Problem with Brooks Koepka's Ryder Cup Comments." All I said in the video was, if Brooks Koepka isn't excited to play in the Ryder Cup, why should the fans be? But I think I might have worded it a little bit wrong. I don't know. It's just like the combination of Brooks, Bryson, recent Ryder Cups for the U.S. It just seems like it's not even us as fans, because the fans, like, we care, but it's like the players. And it's not even like it's the whole team. It's just like you'll have like that random Brooks comment, or you'll have that Bryson comment. And as they say, you're as strong as your weakest link. And, you know, I if we're being honest, I don't think it really is going to make a difference. Bryson's hands being ripped up. I don't think Brooks's comments on quote unquote not wanting to be there are going to make a difference. I think it just goes like, if you're versing Europe, who has like they live for this shit, you're just not going to beat them. So I don't know. I didn't really have too strong of an opinion on it, because I didn't really have an issue. I liked that I like whenever Brooks says something honest. I do, and I would like to hear your opinion on this as well, though. I was unaware of like the PP points when I made my video yesterday.
The PIP?
Yeah. And that's a really good point, because I was thinking, in my video, I'm like, why would Brooks Koepka want to make headlines? Like, why would he, if he was looking for attention, why would he say this quote just to get attention? I'm like, oh my God. Someone responded to the story saying, like, you can't forget the PGA Tour put millions and millions into the PP points. So
why do you keep calling it PP?
I don't know.
It's really annoying. All right. So a few things. First of all, Brooks's comments, like, I guess they don't even really make sense to me, because I feel like a lot of the complaints on the PGA Tour and just the PGA Tour season as a whole is it's so repetitive. It's the same thing every week. And like he complains about how now you're forced into this team environment. I feel like most people enjoy that. Like most people that are in the Ryder Cup like it because it's that team environment. Like it's a switch up from your normal week on tour. It's a cool experience to be a part of. So I guess I don't really get how he doesn't like appreciate that, especially because Brooks seems like a guy that's bored with the normal PGA Tour. So that kind of felt off brand to me. And you know what? We might as well get into Azinger's comments.
Spicy. Big word.
You know what?
Relinquish. Didn't know he knew that word.
He is a broadcaster. I'm sure he has a pretty extensive vocabulary. But you know, you called him soft for that. I actually kind of agreed. I agree with Azinger. No. I agree with Azinger.
Come on.
Like, I don't think he's totally like serious, but at the end of the day, like, if Brooks is gonna complain and doesn't want to be there, like that's not fun for anybody. It's not fun for him. It's not fun for the fans. Like, I kind of get it. If you don't want to be there, don't. Like we do consistently play badly in the Ryder Cups. So, you know what? We need people who are passionate and motivated like Europe. So if that's not going to be Brooks, then you know what? Let's get Kevin Na in there. Let's let Kevin Na walk in some putts, have some fun.
You know, I actually don't necessarily disagree. I think with Brooks, what might happen is something similar to the Olympics. I mean, golfers were not looking forward to the Olympics at all, specifically Justin Thomas, specifically Rory McIlroy. This is different because this was only the second time the Olympics have been played in our lifetime, and the Ryder Cup happens every 2 years. But, you know, I do agree with what you're saying, where it's on brand, but it's off brand for Brooks as far as like, I'm not surprised he made a, you know, out of the box statement or like such a far-fetched statement, controversial opinion.
Yeah,
but
he's almost just become too much of a contrarian for me. Like I've always really liked Brooks, but now I feel like, I mean, maybe this is caused by the PIP. Now I feel like just everything he says is like exactly the opposite of what everybody else thinks. And, you know, for a while it was kind of refreshing, but now it's a little over the top. Like I'm just getting sick of it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Brooks is one of those no nonsense. It does almost feel like he's like kind of flipping right now, as far as like you were saying, like his takes. I don't know what to. I've never had a problem with Brooks because it's, you know, whether or not I like, same with Bryson, whether or not I like them as a person or as a player, I still think all in all they're good for the game of golf. Like, you know, you cannot like Brooks's comments about the Ryder Cup, but you know, Brooks didn't make those comments. Like, what would we be talking about right now? It'd probably be like last week where it's like, what are we going to talk about?
I guess this brings me to kind of just my overall take is I really just don't want the Ryder Cup to become a Brooks and Bryson show. Like I want it to just be, you know, US versus Europe, people getting excited about that. I just don't feel like Brooks and Bryson storylines all week. And I know it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's fair. I going back to like the whole team aspect, most people are there. It's so shocking that Brooks Koepka, the quote unquote athlete, you know, he's not a golfer, he's an athlete. Like, why don't you like the team format? I really don't understand how any person in the whole sport of golf doesn't like a team event every other year.
You know, because his teammate's gonna be worse than him, and when they hit a bad shot, it's their fault, and they lost the hole for Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks is so perfect. He doesn't hit bad golf shots. All he does is win.
I gotta be honest. I almost think it would be funny if Brooks just played horribly this Ryder Cup.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Like loses every match he's in. Somehow the U.S. still finds a way to squeak it out, but just as a big fuck you to Brooks.
I'm trying to see his Brooks Koepka's. Is this his first Ryder Cup?
No.
No. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no. Last year or 2 years ago, he halved with Paul Casey. Honestly, Brooks Koepka is actually recently a very, very, very bad match play golfer, which is surprising.
It's probably just because he doesn't care. It's
Right.
it's not a major, so why try?
He lost to Alex Noren in the match World Golf Championship. He also lost to Hao Tao Lee. He halved with Tom Lewis. I mean, they couldn't have set Brooks up any better at the World Golf Championship. Alex Noren, Hao Tong Lee, and Tom Lewis.
Yeah.
He went 0-2-1.
I mean, yeah, it's not great.
Like, he didn't do good at the President's Cup. He didn't do good at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
See, actually, like, I'm looking at his match play record, and it seems like Alex Noren, his whole career, has just had his way on Brooks Koepka.
I mean, you got to remember, Alex Noren's kind of a dog.
He is a freaking dog,
like,
but
maybe not as much in like 2019, 2020, but before that and now he's good.
All right, so we have altogether Brooksy is, oh my God, in his Ryder Cup debut he went 3-1, and then in Paris he went 1-4. So it doesn't, yeah, honestly, he's just like, he seems like a pretty average Ryder Cup player. I don't think he'll forfeit his spot. I don't want him to forfeit his spot. But if a world were to arise where he did forfeit his spot and you get a less talented but more fun golfer like Kevin Na, Patrick Reed.
There's no way Patrick Reed gets picked after his shenanigans.
What shenanigans?
Did you not see on Twitter? He was liking every single tweet that was like upset, like where it was complaining that he wasn't picked for the Ryder Cup.
Oh.
And then he was like blocking anybody who like pointed it out or said differently. Like, the guy's just a tool. Let's be fucking realistic.
It's a sad life if you and your wife both have burners too.
But I guess the interesting thing, with Brooks making these comments, and you combine that with the fact that he's coming back from an injury, there's the whole Bryson drama, who's supposedly like his least favorite person in the world. Like, this would be a very easy time for him not to play.
Yeah.
Like, he had plenty of excuses not to play, and he still chose to do it, and then he's going to complain about it. Like, I guess I just don't respect that.
I don't even know what to know. I don't even know what to think anymore.
Yeah. So now that we've talked about Brooks, let's move on to Bryson. It seems like the natural segue there.
Which is stupid. We need another golfer to kind of arise. I hope someone on the Ryder Cup team, maybe it's like a wild card like Scotty Scheffler, somebody you wouldn't think is like, comes out and says like, this drama is so freaking stupid. Like, if we want to win this, we need to be a team, and both these kids are acting like
I feel like we need Daniel Berger just to be straight vibing out there. Like, we need him to be the new face of golf.
Daniel Berger is an extreme golf talent.
And he's just a sick dude.
Like, does have his caddy line up his putts for him.
Yeah, but other than that, he's a really sick dude. Like, he just seems... Daniel Berger seems like he'd be a fun guy to get a beer with. Oh,
he'd be awesome. We played a golf with someone who went to, I think they were like really good personal family friends with Daniel Berger, and yeah, he had the same kind of things to say, but like an actual experience with him.
Yeah, but onto Bryson's comments, because I want to talk about these. Did you see the full quote about his hands being ripped up?
I did not.
All right. So he said, he was talking about long drive, and he said, my hands are wrecked from it. People don't realize how difficult long drive really is. In golf, it's the one thing where you can judge your accomplishments by a number. The one thing in golf where you can judge your accomplishments by a number is driving the golf ball up, according to Bryson.
I agree.
That is the most incorrect and fucked up take I have ever heard.
Let me tell you why Bryson is spot on with his comment.
Oh my God.
Who was the best golfer on tour this year? Bryson DeChambeau.
No.
Why, you might ask? Who hit the ball the farthest? Oh, Bryson DeChambeau. Are you unfamiliar with how golf works, Sean? You're not playing for score. You're playing for distance. You're playing for speed. And you're playing for strength. All the small accolades like PGA Championship, US Open victory, like, no. Those are just added on bonuses to his already great feat of being the farthest hitter in the game of golf on the PGA Tour.
The term farthest hitter just sounds kind of wrong. Like longest hitter.
Longest hitter.
Yeah, I gotta say, so like in that quote when I saw it on Twitter, the only part that was highlighted is in golf. It's the one thing where you can judge your accomplishments by a number. And I thought it was talking about majors. I didn't even read who said it. Like I was just like, oh, it's Brooks talking about majors probably. And I read the full thing. I was like, what the actual fuck?
Do you think this is a shot at Brooks after Brooks saying like his comment and just being like, I really only care about majors? Well, did you see Brooks' comment saying he's easily going to beat Jack's record?
Yeah. I mean,
because he'll obviously play till he's about 50, right? You know, he's an athlete. Athletes are fucking studs. And so if he just wins one major a year, he'll easily beat Jack's record because that's all you really need to do.
And
just show up. He's an athlete, right?
Yeah, the stupid part about that, like maybe a couple years ago, sure, you could have made an argument. Maybe Brooks will win a major a year. Right now, fuck no, that's not the case.
Yeah.
What have we seen Brooks like winning majors in the last few years?
Let's pull it up.
Yeah, I mean, like all of a sudden he thinks he's just gonna really turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, that was just kind of. I mean,
oh, actually, he did come in second at the PGA. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but like, he went 2020 and 2021 without winning a major, so he's all of a sudden assuming that as he gets older, he's gonna consistently still win one a year. Not like now, well, not now while he's in his prime, but you know, later.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he had a very good year just kind of all around this year. He had like 8 top 10s, but 4 of them are at the majors. Tied for 7th at the Masters, and then you have tied for 2nd at the PGA, tied for 4th at the US Open, tied for 6th at the Open, which is very impressive. But the thing is, to win majors, you need to win the tournament, not come in top 10. So
and just, you know, 14 more years contending in majors. Like, I gotta be honest, I don't see Brooksy's game like aging that well.
He's gonna have injuries as he's been having.
I mean, he's already got too many injury problems.
He always has.
I think the thing is, as you approach that 45 to like 50-year-old range, it's all about work ethic at that point. Like, you can't do what Brooksy does where you just don't practice and still be good, because like he's not going to hit it as far as other guys at that age. I mean, I don't know. I don't see his game aging well with his current attitude.
Yeah, he's 31. On the wrong side of 31. Actually, it's only September, but the golf season's over, so pretty much next year will be 32. I'd say if I'm being generous, he has 5 years of legitimate major contention, and I think that's being very generous. I think the realistic answer is 3. What I don't think Brooks realizes at his age right now is he's gonna get married, he's gonna have kids, and if he already doesn't, he's not beating balls out on the range all day. Like, basically, what I mean is, I think his, like most golfers, most people, like your life just changes because you get to the age where you're like starting to have kids and you're like,
Priorities
it's not
change.
exactly, it's not about you anymore. It's about your family and all that, and you're gonna want to spend time with your wife, as all of us would with his fiance. Like, I just don't think realistically he has that.
Just to play devil's advocate, what if Brooks gets married, has kids, and he starts practicing more because he wants to spend less time with his wife? That might be what Brooks needs in his career.
Maybe Brooks he's the one golfer who, if he has a wife and kids, he will become an absolute superstar. Maybe that's what he's been lacking. Maybe you're right. It took Brooks 3 years to get away from the European Tour. People don't even talk about that. It took Brooks at least, I know for a fact, it was at least 2 years on the European Tour because he wasn't good enough to play on the PGA Tour. And this is also the guy who's going to beat Jack's major record.
Yeah.
Seems a little too late for that.
I mean, that was a different Brooks Koepka, though.
Yeah, it's not. He was nuking the ball.
Yeah, he was not nearly the same player.
Still an athlete. Always has been, always will.
Was he, though? I mean, he wasn't really, even just build-wise, he was not the same Brooks.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I've seen, I know there's tweets about Midwest, yeah, no, yeah, yeah, no, yeah, or yeah, no. To me, they all mean the fucking same.
No, it's mostly about the last one.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
See, then I'm disagreeing with you. No, yeah. And I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah. Mainly, yeah. But there's a little,
no, yeah, no. It's no, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, definitely not, no. What?
We get on the weirdest little tangents.
That's how we went back to Brooks after talking.
I had a comment. Oh, speaking of Bryson, he popped up on my TikTok page my For You page this week. First of all, I didn't even realize Bryson had a TikTok, and all of the comments were like, Brooksy. And he responded to one because they spelled it with a Y, and he said if you're gonna say it, at least spell it right.
Is it with an IE?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and
oh, got him.
I don't like how now that he's online, he's making jokes about it, but when he's in person, he gets visibly upset.
Kick him out.
Just there's such a lack of consistency in everything Bryson does, and it just bothers me.
It was you who sent the TikTok, right?
I don't. What?
Oh, Bryson's car, or was that Nick?
That must have been Nick.
Oh, damn. It was, what do you do for a living? I hit bombs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't like that.
I mean, how could you? And then they go to all the, he must have sent it to me on TikTok. But then it cuts to all the other. Actually, I don't know when I saw that, but it cut to his whole team of them hitting bombs, where it's just them at a night golf range hitting normal golf shots.
Wasn't it just a Top Golf?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a night range where you can see the ball go in the air, and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's 2 million likes. Oh yeah, I'd love to hit bombs for a living.
This guy's so cool.
When it's I feel these guys are really nuking it that much further.
I feel like Bryson is fairly popular with people around our age who aren't super into golf because they don't know about all of his shenanigans.
Yeah.
They just think oh, this guy rips the ball sick.
Yeah.
But like,
this guy drinks 7 shakes a day. Like, dope.
I feel
He's a
like
bro.
if you're actually like pretty into golf, 99% of people are like, okay, this guy sucks. He's the least self-aware human being on the planet. Just never has any idea what the fuck he's saying. Claims to be a super genius. Clearly isn't.
No, he had that protractor one time.
I miss Tron Carter's old takes on Bryson.
What were they?
He used to just always say, anytime Bryson was brought up, he would just go, the guy's just a chode. He's like, there's no other way to describe him. He's a chode.
What are their updated thoughts on Bryson?
I honestly haven't listened in a while. I don't really have the time for golf podcasts these days.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, I actually, and we maybe, because we're at the 30-minute mark, the next podcast, if we want to hold off for both of these, should be really good because, well, first off, I have that iron cover comment, but did you see the Shotgun Start team made a like hypothetical on their podcast where they were like, why not just make every single pick a captain's pick?
Yeah, I've thought that for a while. I think it'd be way more fun.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I don't even have a long answer to that. Like, let's just do it.
Exactly.
Let's let the captains actually matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think we're about wrapped up for today. Once again, thank you so much for listening to the Golfballing podcast. Can someone leave a review? I'd love to say a review.
Is our last one the horoscope one?
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Which he was right. The horoscopes are great. And we'll get back into it with Nick here on.
Yeah, I love that we got the review about the horoscopes and then just kind of abandoned the horoscopes.
It's more like what's tough about the horoscopes is unless we're recording it on Monday, it's kind of hard to get that like weekly Cosmo.
I mean, we do record every Monday.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if it was the same thing on Thursday, it'd be easier to get into a routine of like, oh, today's like, oh, we're doing a podcast. Let's check the horoscopes. I don't know, because I don't. You don't check your horoscope. I don't check my horoscope. Like
I don't even like doing it on the podcast.
Fuck you. I'm pulling it up right now.
I think horoscopes are bullshit.
I think you're bullshit, and let me pull up the fucking Cosmo.
I don't buy into astrology as a whole.
Here we go. How to make long distance relationship work.
Oh, can you actually send that to me? I've been talking to a girl in France. I just wanted to see how to, go about this.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Nick's horoscope is you need to DTR. I don't know what that means. What are you, a Pisces or an Aries?
Aries.
Make money moves.
Sure, man.
And then mine's kind of in that category of keep up the good work. Cool. Perfect.
I had some things I wanted it to say, and that just wasn't it. So,
well, if it doesn't resonate, leave it. If it does resonate, take it.
That's so stupid.
Stop.
So they just say encouraging things, and then they're just like, "Oh, if you like it, try it."
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
If it feels like it's about your life, it is, and we're right. And if it doesn't, don't worry. Not everything's supposed to resonate with you.
It's for the rest of the people.
It's for everybody else. All right. Yeah, I think that about covers it today. That's just so I love doing the horoscopes so much. Those are so like unfulfilling.
Yeah, I'm always disappointed. I'm never satisfied by my horoscope.
All right. Well, with that being said, we'll let Sean go make his money moves, and I'm gonna continue with my good work.
My money moves, aka bowling tonight.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
maybe you'll bowl like a really good score, and then you'll come back on the podcast on Monday and be like, you know what? Let's get into the horoscope right away. because it predicted my shit last
Should I be gambling on my bowling tonight?
You should. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good tonight.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna put down a 10 team parlay tonight. See what happens.
10 team parlay.
That'll be my money moves.
Making money moves. Yeah, no, yeah. Gotta do it.
50 cents to win 10 grand.
50 cents to win 10 grand. That's a money move right there.
Yeah, it's a loss of 50 cents.
Next week on the Golfballing podcast, we'll tackle what the word parlay means.
Yeah, we'll just go over the basics of gambling.
Because I couldn't tell you what a parlay is.
Do you actually not know?
Nope.
Oh. All right.
So,
well,
stay tuned for next
that's it.
week.
That's it for today. Shout out to the people on YouTube if you're still watching. Thanks for looking at our faces for a while. I'm sorry that I've been looking around my room and not really paying attention to y'all.
Hey, we can do the camera. Peace. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.